Hello, everybody. Today is Monday, March 20th. I hope everybody had a great spring break last week. I know I did. Me and my wife actually went on a cruise for our 10-year anniversary, so it was nice to get away without the kids. So I hope you all had a good time to relax, maybe see family and friends, and just enjoy time away from school for a little bit. But this week, we're now going to get back into it. We have 3 weeks of regular stuff for our class these next 3 weeks if you look on the schedule. And then the week of April 10th, we'll be moving into your Project 1 presentations, giving you time to work on your portfolios, and then we'll continue on. So, first off for this week, in the book, Chapter 8 goes over most of this information, so make sure you're looking at your book in Chapter 8. The online lecture topic is advertising, PR, and marketing. And what you're going to be doing this week is you're going to be creating a poster. So this poster is going to be a movie poster, and the goal of it is to try to make it as realistic as possible. So in the video that you'll watch next over the assignment, make sure that you take a minute to watch that, because I'm going to show you examples. I'm going to give you the instructions and show you step by step how to do that. So make sure you check that out. This week in LinkedIn, our discussion post number 4 is there. So in our LinkedIn group, we've got 79 members, so we're getting pretty close to everybody being in here. Discussion post number 4 is right there. If we look down, we only have 30 comments on number 3, 32 on 2, and 42 on number 1. So if you're one of the 50% that have not done this yet, make sure that you're not just in this group, but you're actually doing your discussion questions. That's 5 points automatically off your LinkedIn, and there's only a total of 10 points you can get for LinkedIn. So your profile, remember, is half of it. As you can see, it's all right here. So this is 10% of your grade. So for this class, if you don't do anything in LinkedIn, that's 10 points off your final grade. And so the professional photograph, the detailed bio, the experience, your education, interests, things like that, all that stuff counts for 50% of this grade, which is 50 points, right? Or 5 points out of the 10. So the other 5 points is each discussion post. So if you did number 1, that's more. So you got to do all 5 discussion posts to get full credit. So if you have LinkedIn, that you have your profile, looks good, you've met all the requirements, and you've done all 5 discussion posts, you're going to get your full 10 points. If you don't do any of the discussions, you're going to lose 5 of the 10 points, which is pretty big. So make sure you're getting these done. They don't take long. You just have to put a little bit of information in there, put a little bit of thoughts on. It's really what do you think about this? Read the post and then respond to it. It's pretty simple. Make sure that you're doing this, because a lot of y'all are really far behind on it. So just a reminder, this week is discussion post number 4. Next week I will post the 5th one, and then you will have that week of April 3rd to make sure you get all the discussion posts finished. And then that week of April 10th, I will start going in and grading your LinkedIn. So I will look at your profiles, and then I will also look at all the discussion posts to see how many of the discussion posts you actually interacted with. And then I will put that into my little formula sheet that will help me understand what your grade is. So you've got a couple weeks left, but some of y'all are really far behind. So you need to start doing those discussion posts now. Or if you don't have it done by now, you're probably not going to get it done, just kind of historically looking back. Most of my students that aren't interacting with those discussion posts, they don't go back and do it. And then they wonder why at the end of the year they have like a 65. And I'm like, well, you didn't do LinkedIn. And that would have been 5 easy points right there for just those discussion posts. So make sure you're doing it. Go in and get it done. You still have time. You can still do number 1, number 2, number 3. This week's number 4. You can still go back and do those that you haven't done. So go get in there, get those finished. Next week, like I said, I'll post number 5. And then we'll be wrapping up LinkedIn. So this week you also have a quiz over marketing. So make sure you set a reminder. It's been weeks. That week before spring break you didn't have a quiz. Obviously last week you didn't have a quiz. This week you do. It's due on the 26th. at midnight, so make sure you get that finished. Set yourself a reminder. Now that you get back into it, get that quiz finished. So, like I said before, looking ahead, next 2 quizzes, and then the following week we have 1, and then you'll be finished with all the quizzes. We've got 3 more assignments as well. This one's really 2 because they kind of go together. So it's 2, but really it's kind of like 1 because it's part A, part B, really. So those kind of go together. So we got 2 weeks left, and then we're going to have everything completed. And then, like I said, you'll have a week to review, to work on your presentation, which we will talk about probably that week of April 3rd. It's not a super big thing, so don't freak out about it. I'll talk more about it then, so that you can kind of start planning it. It's really not that big of a deal. It's not something super hard for you to do. So I know a couple of people have asked. I said we'll get to it once we get into April. Like I said, those are due the 17th. So you will be turning in that. Then you will be turning in your final portfolios on April 26th at 11:59. Right there, you can see that's when that final portfolio is due. And to remind you, that final portfolio is all the assignments combined together. So we're here working on assignment 9. If you still are on like 4 or 5, you're really far behind, and you're probably not going to catch up. So use your time wisely, get caught up. Most people in a full portfolio are typically the people who fail my class. I've said this many times. This is 50% of your grade, pretty much. Between that and the presentation, that's 50% of your grade. So if you don't do well on the final portfolio, which most people that don't do well, they just didn't do it. If you don't turn in all the work, then you're probably not going to pass this class. So these are very important, as well as the quizzes. So make sure you're getting stuff done. I know this is asynchronous, which means it should be easier in a sense that you don't have to go to the class. You can watch my video anytime you need to, but you need to be staying on task and getting these completed. So make sure you're staying up to date on all your stuff, because we're getting close to the end. And then the exam will be May 1st, and it will close May 2nd. So we're almost there. We got a little over a month to get this finished. So make sure you're watching the videos. Make sure you're getting the assignments done. Make sure you're doing your quizzes. And if you haven't started doing your LinkedIn discussion posts, get those done. That's what we're doing for this week. So make sure next you go watch the video over the poster assignment. That way you can see more details and the specifics on that, so you can do well. Y'all have a good day, good week. And if you have any questions, make sure you email me, and I will talk to you next week. Thanks. Bye.